Morning folks, welcome back on board Potemkin. January 6th or 7th, something like that, Sunday morning, whatever date that is. There's not a soul about here in the marina. I think they're all laid in bed. It's not too cold, it's a bit chilly. The water's absolutely sort of brown. There's not much water and mud washed into it, so it's very high as well. So anyway, we're going to get a bit done in here. We're going to start have a good tidy up, and I've also just brought this as a template to make sure I've got the thing correct, because that's how I'm making the kitchen units, using some box section again and timber, same as I've done for my bed. So just fetch that to make sure that angle's right. Yeah, it's spot on. So that's how that'll go. I've got my line marked out here where the units are going to go, so I'm going to have a measure up. Have a measure up, draw something up, get some heights there, because we're going to have a tall unit up there for the oven. And just an L round there, then dinette here. So I'll get a clean up and then we'll have a measure. Right, that's a bit better in here. We're in an open space, what we need to measure anyway. So basically now what I'm going to be doing is this lot will be out of here shortly. The insulation and stuff, I've nearly done with it all. Those boards and the solar panels, they need to well, get back on top of the boat. They're alright for the moment in here. What I want to do is get measured up here now for this kitchen, get my sizes, my lengths, my runs, work out what I can put in where. So the next thing I'm going to do is measure this up, work out the runs for the kitchen units, the hob unit up there, and see what we can fit in and just make it work, because we're making the units to suit the space, not buying fixed width units like from Howden's and that. We can make them to what we require so it fits properly. So that's the next plan. Okay, so I've covered all this area and I'm going to mark it all out now, size for size, what's going to go where. So I want to know exactly what I've got here. So we're going to square down from these sides here, because that's where the dinette's going, and we can then mark it all out. You can see on the floor what room we've got on if we have to adjust stuff or what. So that's the width of the door opening, so we need to work out from that either way for a seat and the table. So we'll have a seat at each end of singles, and then a table. So we know how far they come out. The units are going to come out that far, not quite as far as that. Well, with the overhang, the worktop, we will be about to that line eventually. So I can measure up along here and here. I'll have a unit, I'll have a frame there and then another frame here. So regarding this area here, so we're going to have a straight run there and then the oven unit here. That's what I've got planned at the moment anyway. So we're going to have a big blind corner here. So we'll buy one of the magic corner kits, one of those where you'll have the door here and you can pull it out, and then this tray comes along and you can access the gear on that there, so using all that space. We can incorporate all that into this lot that I'm making. So regarding the magic corners, I'm just looking online, it's just on eBay, so there's plenty of other places to get it from, but just a quick have a look to see what size units you have to have for these things. So it's saying 800 to 1000 for this particular one. So they fit like that. You'll have seen them, and then they pull out on a mechanism. So you pull open your door, and that opens this first one, then the next one follows on, comes out. It seems on there there's a massive price difference, because some of them are 159 quid, and then other people have got them on sale 259 quid for the same thing. So I'll have to have a bit better look into that when I get home and get on laptop and do some research on them. So if I do a cabinet that's 1000 wide, then I can sort of get maximum space used for that, I think, and which is probably a 500 door, minimum door width 450, so we'll go with 500 door, and then we can work from that way and incorporate the other stuff we need. Right, so that's 1000 unit there. Needs to be wider. That's it. Right, so that gives us 500 door width. You need a minimum of 450. So I could go back a bit, but stick with 500. Give us some play. So that's to there. Right, so I've just done a rough size sketch there. So the first things I'm going to make is this corner unit and this oven housing unit there. So we'll get them made, and then I can measure what else I need to fit in here, because I need to get a washing machine in and whatever else anyway. So I've got a maximum run for what I want to use up there space wise, and we'll just work it to that, and then we'll do this dinette. So we're back to the workshop now. We'll get on, make these frames. Morning folks, Andy here, and welcome back on board Potemkin. Not quite, we're not on Marina today. Going up in a bit like, just to have a look, but in the workshop Sunday morning. So I'm going to get some units made for this boat, for the kitchen. This is the magic corners that survives. It's the first thing I need to put together, a unit that goes in the corner. So briefly, L-shaped units, they run along here. Tall cooker house in there. This is the walk through past the bathroom's all behind this wall. That's the unit I'm making at the moment, and it's got the magic corner equipment, so when you open this door, like, there's racks come out of here, and this rack pulls along and comes out as well. so it's magic. The unit will look basically like that. That's just a blank. Cooker housing's up here in front of that. That's going to be the door. And these units can have a cabinet width of 800 to 1000 mil. So that's what we're doing. I've got a couple of end panels already made, and then it's a matter of putting steel in between the same box section to the desired width we require. So we'll get this out and we'll have a look what it's all about, because it's got to be held up and fastened in somewhere, so we've got to put material in for that. So they're the trays that come out, there's 4 of them. I opted for the trays. You could have wire baskets. I think the trays were another 20 quid, something like that, but they're lovely them. Like a brushed steel finish there. They do look good quality there. Spot on. Right, I can see what that is. That's the framework that sits on the base of the cupboard. And it slides. That's the right weight there. Okay, so we've got this unit. And that's the sliding mechanism. So, not sure how it works yet, but it slides along and pulls out of the unit, so you can access the trays at the back. And that's what fits on the base, and that slides, so everything's sliding. So we'll just have to get this unit made, and then we'll fit it as it says there. So that's it coming out of the unit. That's the situation we've got. That's the corner on this one. They are universal, these, apparently, so they're not handed, they're handable. They go either way, right or left, pull out. But that's what we've got, is that situation. So we'll get this unit made up, get some steel cut, and we can start fitting that. We'll go and get some stuff ready, get some steel out. We'll go into the shop, welding set, and finish as wet, and then we'll get on with it. Right, that's bang on that. Within a couple of mil in square, that across the corners. It's 2 mil difference between them 2 corners, them 2 corners. The square says it's alright in here, so that's bang on that really. You're not going to get any more accurate than that. So you can see the framework now, so we've got it on the vertical in here. So that's the next thing that'll go in there. Perfect, works out great that. So we'll have this one in next. That's it. Right, we've got it all sussed out regarding that, how it all works. You've got to have a minimum door width there. Opening, you need 450. So that's what I've done it at, 450. There's no point making it 500, you don't need it. You're just wasting another couple of inch. So that'll work fine, that. These units, this is your 3 feet, the kickboard space. But I'm going to be putting drawers under there. So we use all that space under there for drawers, because you've only got X amount of space on boat, you know. You need 2 on an hour, but you need to use all the space you can, really. So that's what that'll, under these units, there will be drawers, runners, so they come all the way out, and soft close ones, so they've got the springs on them. The soft close, they don't just do that, they also keep the drawers in. Or if you've got hinged doors, it's the soft close hinges on them to keep the door in, you know, pulls it to, because it's spring loaded or damper or something on them. There's a little ram on some of them, but that's it. So what I'm going to do now is this, that's the door opening. What I need to do is put some flat bar strips in there with holes in, so wooden panels can go in. Same on the ends and the back. So it then becomes an enclosed unit, and we'll use ply or MDF for that, because I don't know yet, I might paint them or lacquer them or whatever, I don't know. So I'll see you all next time. We'll carry on with this and get the other units made. On the back there's a tall frame, that is the kitchen housing which sits here, so I started making that. I've just got to get the kitchen to make sure the aperture's open in the right place and what have you. Sorry, not get the cooker, so I know the aperture's right size for the cooker. So I've just got to set the steel with that then. Right, carrying on with these units, we're going to get them done now. Get them on the boat. So I'm going to put melamine base in there, and then the sides and back will have some board on as well. So I made a little jig. So we can just clamp on there, and then I've drilled some flat bar, just 3 holes in each one, and they'll passing on the side, and then I can screw up into the board from underneath when they're ready to go in. So all I'm going to do now is I'll clamp that onto the box section, and then clamp that or hold it or whatever, and then that'll set it 18mm down. So there the plates are in place. I'm just going to give them a bit of a clean up on the inside, so the board will just sit flat in there now. So what I need to do then is put some strips on the sides, on each side, so panel goes in. So I'll get all that done and come back when it's finished. Okay, so we're welding this frame up now. This is the Mark II frame for the kitchen unit in the boat. I've got a smaller oven, so I've cut it down in width and depth and packed it all back up. Try the new oven and it fits great. So now we're going to TIG it up Got to TIG it up, and we're not going to weld every single joint, else it's going to distort and pull. We don't need to. We'll be welding these up. All these, the outsides, and then a light weld on the inside there. The heavy welds, that's just going to start pulling stuff over, and there's plenty of strength in what we're doing, just stitching it in places. It's not got any pull on it or anything. There's no point in putting too much weld in it. Just get hot and bend. A couple of gaps which well, somehow it's when I cut it didn't quite go right, and but it's nothing we can't fill up. That's nothing, that. So using the TIG here, we've got set up. We're going to put some weld on this box section frame. It's only ERW steel, so it's only 1.6 wall thickness, and I'm not going to hit it with a lot of weld. What we're using is we set up on the TIG, we're using pulls, easy pulls. You can alter the things, follow these down, you alter your starts, day check or lock remotes, pulls, and you've got a choice. You can go through spot pulls, tank pulls, easy pulls is all I'm using, and it seems to work fine for me. What you do is you've got to set your amperage. Now I'm going to have a go on that 94, I think that's what I had it on the other day when I used it, pulsed, and it worked fine just on this thin stuff. Okay, so 2.4 tungsten, 1.6 wire. Large gap there, cut out a square, some of these. Fill the gaps up first, 2.4 wire, and fill that gap up. Just coming when you get up and get out and get off. Right, so we've filled all those up, we'll just grind them off now, and we'll have some nice square edges. There we are, what gaps, they're all gone. All nicely finished off. I will start welding it up and spreading the heat about, not just welding in one place. So I've got some weld on. I need to turn it all now, but I'm not going to film all that being welded up. But this is what it looks like on that pulse setting. For me, it keeps it a bit cooler on the pulse. So that's all I'm doing, and then I'm going to sand these off because it's going to be seen all that and it wants to be painted up, so we want it to be seamless. So I've gone around this row, I'll flip it, do some on the bottom or what have you, and then we'll get it fettled up. Right, last weld's done, finished. Here's a fettle up, and that's it. Apart from we're going to put some clips on for the boards to attach to. And we'll just get it cleaned up. Right, that's it, we're finished. We're all fettled up, missus. So these are all welded, these joints, and sanded back, so they're seamless really. Outside, all these are welded. Internally, I've just put a couple of tacks on there. Right, and nothing on these, nothing on those. If you start welding these, because it's a fillet weld, you'll start pulling it. These outside ones are virtually just a butt weld, so you don't get deflection with it, pulling of the weld, or distortion. So this will want a bit in here, 2 bits across there for the cooker to sit on, because that's the housing for that. So we've got a big cupboard in the bottom, oven and grill housing. There's a drawer unit on the bottom of the oven as well, and then a cupboard on the top. So that's it for this one. Nice hot job on a hot day. I think we'll get off and we'll have a beer. So see you all soon. Ta-ra!